All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description is in the chat. Click that link. You get a video introduction rundown on the membership, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon Said YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com online marketplace. If you went over there a couple of days, it was down. We were doing some work. It's back up. Get over there. We got all the official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. Get over there. I got something that I know you're gonna like and love. Catalog is official. Pick something out, get you a discount, shop and save and shop. That's right. Pull the fire. Wait a minute. Here we go. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. SETI University, over 1,500 videos. I know this one right here, this one video will blow your mind. So you already know what 1,500 will do for you. We got over 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the general, the two raw for YouTube, the making of the white man, all the debates of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism exposed. We got all that. Ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, India, black power, politics, and economics. The black woman is God, black Illuminati, Freemasonry, man, Freemasonry exposed, whatever we got it. Alchemy, occult science, we got it. You see what I'm saying? And plus we got the Grandmaster teachers, hand-picked documentaries and lectures, man. There's no other website like it on the planet. It's all there for you. Become a member today. GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. Everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. Dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon. Just dropped this one just a few hours back, blocking your spiritual vision. Why do they want you to wear glasses during the solar eclipse to block your spiritual vision? You better get over there, check it out. We also got the Super Bowl satanic ritual ushering in the solar eclipse and the end time. They was already showing you this shit at the Super Bowl, but you did not know it because you didn't have this information that I'm giving you today. You feel me? So you got to go back and revisit it and see and say, damn, they was already doing the rituals then. The Mansion of Horrors, Diddy, and the demonic practices of Aleister Crowley coming, man, tomorrow. Be in the damn house, family. We ain't got nothing but fire. Patreon, General SETI. To all the family out there that donate to the General, I thank you. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the General, the link right down in the video description. Click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarah Soon SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Now, man, you know what? Everywhere you go on the planet, it's somebody talking about it's some pyramids there. You see, and you know, you have to take things into consideration because our people do travel. You know that our people do travel, but you know we have to be skeptical of people. You know, when you think about all these mythological damn stories that they got out here talking about, you know, Lemurians and Atlanteans and shit, this, that, and the third. You know, when you understand that premise, see, they make it seem as if the knowledge of the pyramids came from Atlantis or Lemuria or someplace other than Egypt. And that these Lemurians and these Atlanteans went all over the damn planet building pyramids and shit and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you got a few niggas on YouTube talking about the Anunnaki. I got to break that down. I got a heavy one today, family. I'm going to get, I can't wait. Yeah, we're going to get right on the Nakis. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get right on the Anunnakis today. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, some niggas came from outer space. Yeah, these wasn't niggas from here. These was niggas from outer space, and they brought the knowledge with them to build the pyramid. We didn't have nothing to do with it. It was our this is what we got to understand. If the white man can't take credit for himself, he gonna find anything other than a black man or woman to give credit to. That's just all it boils down to. He not gonna do that. He's just not gonna do it. Because if he do, goddamn it, everything will go crumbling down at that moment. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, everything will come crumbling down. So you cannot expect him to do that. You see? And so, now, we're gonna be talking about the one in Alaska. We're gonna be talking about the one in right now we dealing with Antarctica, and I'm gonna get a little deeper probably tomorrow with this, about the Nazis, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do some research on what they supposedly saw in Antarctica. Now, I can say, Antarctica is like, man, it's almost like on another planet down there. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's just like, who would go to Antarctica? You know what I'm saying? For what motherfucking reason? So it's like, it's almost like going to another planet. You know what I'm saying? But what they're saying is that it seems to be pyramids or some pyramid-like structures. They're just like the one they show you up on Mars. I remember back in the day, they would show these, and it looked like the face of a sphinx and shit. That was on Mars. You see what I'm saying? And and I say, okay, so but anything, to get a illusion that somehow some came from somewhere else, because they do not want to give African people the credit for building. They don't do no other civilization like that in the world. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And so, not Greece, not Rome, not India, ain't no damn aliens came and built, because it ain't that mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that mind blowing. Now the pyramids, it'll make you say, God damn, they at least they had to have some type of help from the heavens. It'll make you believe that. That's how, but we understand time and, and commitment to research and time and how long we've been here, millions of years in time and development, research, advancement. You see what I'm saying? And so we understand that. But if you deal with the chronology that these people didn't put out here, they don't give you that kind of time. And so if you believe in the Bible and shit, and and man been here 4,000 years, that's not enough time to develop the science to build the pyramid. Okay, half these niggas out here, they say, I don't care what they claim. They could be a goddamn Hebrew Israelite. These niggas can't even put up a tent. Half them niggas, you ask them niggas, man, help me put this tent up. Motherfucker be out there all goddamn day. Had to call the goddamn peoples. You know what I'm saying? Could you help me? Motherfucker be on YouTube looking at how to do. You understand? Video. That motherfucker can't put nothing up like that. So, the average motherfucker can't even put a hut. They look at the people in Africa and other places, and they living in huts, but nigga, can you build a hut? That's the crazy shit about it, motherfucker. And so when you talking about the development of shit, that's where you start at. You start with the hut, and you start with smaller things, and then through the course of time, you begin to add on. You begin to get better and better and better. You see, you come out of straw and shit. But if you in the goddamn, you're gonna use what's around you. You see what I'm saying? And so through the course of development and time, we were able to achieve that. But that's a million years worth of development. That's just all it is to it. No way you could go outside of that chronology and make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And so if you go by the Cro-Magnon Neanderthals chronology, you're going to be in trouble. You see? And especially if you believe it's a million years. When I looked at it, I say, wow. I couldn't, it's unbelievable. Real talk. When you get to Giza, any of them megalithic pyramids, it's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? You just like, wow, this is really is mind blowing. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing is that I know about, because I've been studying the pyramids now over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about Egypt, you said it, that's why black people don't be camping. No, niggas ain't going out there unless they got at least a half a pound of kush, and they got a half a pound of kush, they might go out there. You know what I'm saying? And a keg of that got and a keg of Colt 45, they'll go out there. You understand what I'm saying? You better have them goddamn them shotguns and shit for them bears and shit and this, that, and other than that. Yeah, but see, the thing is that I could, and I'm looking, and we're gonna be taking a look, taking a look at, and it's a damn it's actually it's look like a mountain. You see, Black Power family, yeah. You're gonna have to have them. Yeah, you're gonna have to have some munchies if you got that. You're gonna have to have that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to have, depending on how long you stay out there, they're gonna have to have at least $500 worth of munchies. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to have at least $500 worth of munchies. You see what I'm saying? Shit, that's just all it is to it. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn crates of goddamn Tropicana juice and shit. Motherfucker gonna have to have at least 4-5 cases of them tall Tropicana juices and shit and all that shit. Motherfucker ain't even going out there. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's how we do. You understand? When you supposed to be out there camping and motherfucker out there with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, you bring the bears and shit. You know what I'm saying? Have to have an AK-47 be out there. Yeah. But anyway, the thing is that I can tell you this, and I'm gonna just tell you from my awareness. You see what I'm saying? From my awareness, when I look at things like this, when Egypt put its pyramids there, it's no question, it's a building. You see, it ain't most of them, that's outside of Africa, either they been covered, you see what I'm saying, that, the damn, the grass didn't grew over, it's been, the ice is frozen over the pyramid and this, that, and the third. See, you don't have that, you don't have that in Africa. You see, they visible. You see what I'm saying? You see the architecture. You see, there's no question about it. Anywhere else, it's something that's either hiding it or, you know what I'm saying? And, something, then grew over it, ice and trees and so on and so forth. So it's always, but, when it get down, it's a mountain-like pyramid. That's what it is. Now the irony of it is that this motherfucker actually got 1, 2, 3. It got 4 sides. You know what I'm saying? And it is coming up to a point, and that's crazy. But see, that's why I tell you this, that when we talk about technology, I just told you, you looking at nature. You see? Now, once we understand, and I'm going to show you a couple of visuals, that Egypt, to Egypt, the South was the Holy Land. Not only was it the Holy Land, it was called Taneteru. Okay, it was called the land of the gods and goddesses. You see what I'm saying? And so the South, which is Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, all down in there. You see, that's the Holy Land. That's the Taneteru, which is an extension of the heavens. You see, because the Nile is a celestial river, meaning it's flowing from heaven. It's flowing from heaven. And you have to understand, the when you look at the height, you know what I'm saying? The what is it called? The elevation of Africa. You see, when you get down in Egypt, you're at the lowest elevation in Africa. You see what I'm saying? The northern areas of Africa is the lowest elevation. When you get and start going up, when you get up in Ethiopia, man, you like 10,000 feet above Egypt. Some areas in Ethiopia, man, is thousands of feet higher. Even in Uganda, in Kenya, also the elevation there. When you look at them lakes in Africa, these are mountain lakes. They in the mountains. They way up. That's the water is flowing down. You see what I'm saying? So this is why they say, yeah, that's right, dragging their knuckles. That's why they say the Nile River flow down from heaven, because it's coming out of the mountains. And the mountains is an extension of the heavens also, of a higher, you know what I'm saying, what they call the Milky Way, which is the celestial Nile. And so you see the ark of the gods, the nether sailing on the celestial Nile. You see, but that celestial Nile that you see in the goddess Nut, and you see Ra on his ark sailing across the celestial Nile, that's the same Nile in Africa. It's just in the heavens, and it flowed down out the heavens into the mountains and down into Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And so what they were doing in Egypt is recreating the Holy Land. You see what I'm saying? So the pyramids are mountains. You see what I'm saying? But they're architecture. So when you look at this I say a pyramid, when you look at this mountain, and you can see, man, it got four sides. You see, but you can see it's rugged. You see what I'm saying? You can see it's rugged. It's not smooth. You can see even down in the, down at the bottom, you can see that it's bulging. It's not masonry. You see what I'm saying? It's not masonry. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is where the concept of the pyramid came from. This is where it came from. And so the thing is, when they got to Egypt, they didn't, they do have mountains in Egypt. They do. You know what I'm saying? But they not high like the mountains in Ethiopia, not even close. But they do have mountains in Egypt. When you look at over there where Hatshepsut's temple is, where next to the Hatshepsut's burial temple, funerary temple was Mentuhotep II. But it had been, for some reason, it was destroyed. I don't know who destroyed that temple, but I'm gonna do some research on that. But they destroyed, but her temple was modeled after that temple. You see, that was next, and it had a pyramid, a small pyramid on top of it. But see, them temples is carved into the mountains. You see what I'm saying? They carved into the mountains. And so wherever there was mountains, you see Abu symbol, you see carved into the mountains, and his queen temple right next to him, Nefertari II, her temple was carved into the mountain. The Valley of the Kings and Queens, obviously, carved down into the mountains. And so wherever they could, wherever there was mountains, that's what they did. You see, and so in my mind, you know what? And because people, they look for the pyramids up the river, and they think because they see pyramids in Egypt and they don't see as many up the river like in Sudan, even though they are there. But you don't see, as many megalithic pyramids as you see in Egypt. The fact is, my belief is, where there was mountains, that's why our people created their temples. If they had mountains, that's what they carved into those mountains. You see what I'm saying? So I believe that, in the near future and in down the line, that when our people do their research and they go into the interior of Africa, you see that in many mountains in the upper regions, they will find, in the future, temples of ancient Africans that then carved off into them mountains. Believe what I'm telling you. And so, they think that and that's where, people want to understand how they developed the science to build them pyramids. And they say, well, we don't see how they built the pyramid. Do you understand? When you think about the Valley of the Kings, and you got all them temples that's deep down in the mountain like that, do you understand that some of them thank you, family, some of them tombs in the Valley of the Kings, those are skyscrapers underground that they're levels. You know what I'm saying? You go down 2 and 3 levels into the earth. You come down and then you on one level. Say you come down one staircase. You see, it might be 50 stairs, and you come down and then you go left and right. You see what I'm saying? You got rooms over here. You got a room over there. Then you go down some more steps. You see what I'm saying? Carry you down to another level. You see what I'm saying? You got a room over here. You got a room over there. Then you go down. Some got 3 levels. You see what I'm saying? And you imagine moving all of that stone, carving down into that mountain like that. So they mastered the architecture by removing the stone. See, it's reverse technology at this time. You see, but as they cut it out of there and they moving all that, imagine pulling all that stone out of that earth like that. That's where they learned how to build them pyramids. That was the early strategies, the early testament, the early, development that it took to build them pyramids. They were cutting off into the mountains. That was the first form of architecture that they had. And so again, you're going to see that, as we move into ancient times, a lot of them temples is in the mountains in Africa. Believe it. You're going to find, even in Ethiopia, they still do that. You know what I'm saying? You see some of them churches that's in Ethiopia, man, they high up on mountains. When I was in Lalibela, man, listen here. Listen to me. This like another planet. You know what I'm saying? When we was flying, now Lalibela is way up. You know what I'm saying? Ethiopia is high up anyway. You at high elevation. Ethiopia is way higher than Egypt in elevation. You see what I'm saying? So, but when you get to Lalibela, you got to fly into Lalibela. Ain't no roads that could get there or nothing. So the only way you could get to Lalibela is to fly into Lalibela. And man, and then when you get there, then you take a bus and you're going up more. You're going up into more higher heights. You see what I'm saying? And so, but flying over, man, Ethiopia got some high ass mountains. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about for long stretches. You nervous as hell because if this plane go down, ain't nobody gonna find you. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. You done for. That's how it look. It look like you on a whole nother planet. Period. It's just mountains in almost every direction as far as the eye can see. And I'm talking about they damn near up there with the plane. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? They not that far down from the plane. And all you could just see is mountains. And then finally you land in there. You see what I'm saying? And so when you land on a mountain. You see what I'm saying? Where they got the airfield is on a mountain. And you land and hopefully hurry up and hit the brakes because your ass will go off the edge and hit the brakes. And then you get your luggage and then you get in the bus and then you going up higher. You're going up higher. You see what I'm saying? You're going up higher into the mountain. And so Lalibela, you is up there. That's where the temples is. You see what I'm saying? And when you look at Lalibela, you see that they carved all the churches up there in Lalabella out of the mountain. You see what I'm saying? They carved all of the churches up there out of the mountains. I believe it's like 13 churches up there. You see what I'm saying? We didn't get a chance to see all of them. You know what I'm saying? I was able to see maybe 4 or 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? But, all of them are carved directly out of the mountain. So you see that technology, you understand what I'm saying, carried on, all through Africa, that they carved into the mountains. And so this was, my belief was the earlier form of architecture, but understanding moving and you cutting down, and you got to be just as exquisite, because when you cut down into this mountain, do you understand that you cannot mess up? It ain't like you got a piece of paper that you can scribble or you can erase it out of there. You know what I'm saying? And start over. So when you get ready to carve into this mountain, you know what I'm saying? You got to be perfect when you do it, because you will not get a second chance. And so, to be able to do that, so they knew how to cut them stones. They knew how to pull the stones, because they had to remove the stone out of the temples. When you go down in the Valley of the Kings, Valley of the Queens, and you going deep down in it, you got to pull that stone out of there. You see what I'm saying? So they knew how to drag they had technology on how to get them stones. Now imagine that you deep down in that, and you carving down in there, and you down, say you're almost a third of a mile down into the ground. You see, and you imagine you cutting, I don't know, maybe they cut small, I don't know. Any which way, you cutting granite. And so you got to pull all that stone out of there, and you have to have technology to help you do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they learn how to set them stones and whatnot, and the way they was quarrying, they didn't just go in there raggedy. You know what I'm saying? They was a lot of times they was cutting them stones in them quarries, exact measurements. They weren't just, going in there. No, they was, exact measurements, bringing out a big slab. You know what I'm saying? And cutting it up. And yeah, so they knew how to, put them stones on that. I know that's how they learn how to do it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, it's much. Yeah, what you talking about? Yeah, it's much cooler. What you talking about in Ethiopia? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Say they had diamond shovels. They probably did. Shit. Yeah, it was cold. At nighttime it was. At nighttime it was, but in the daytime it was warm. You know what I'm saying? At nighttime, you had to pull them damn covers over you. But in the daytime, it got warm. You know what I'm saying? It got warm in the daytime. When we was up, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even up there in the daytime, shit, it was hot. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it was hot. It heated up. You had to take it off. You feel me? So, and we was in there in December and January. But yeah, it get a little cool up in the mountains at night, but in the daytime, and the crazy shit, I was in my hotel, man, you could hear the lions and shit, but you could hear them down there on the savannah, and you way up, and you could hear all the, at night, they get to tripping at night. You can hear the monkeys and you hear the damn lions and shit breathing and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a beautiful experience though. You know what I'm saying? But just to say, that's where they started. They in the mountains, and they even, they got them churches where, you know what I'm saying, they put the rope down there. You know what I'm saying? And they pull you up. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you got to go up the rope and shit. And then they got, I seen China very similar. You know what I'm saying? Where they be having like, man, listen, they have a singular mountain. You see, amongst mountains, you know what I'm saying? But some of them mountains have like a platform on it. It's not point, it's got some space at the top of it. You know what I'm saying? And they're in amongst all the mountains, they have, some mountains that's flat at the top where you can build on top of it. So, man, you would have, man, like a mountain, just one mountain with that's flat at the top, and they have a damn temple on top of it. I'm like, damn, how the hell, yeah, plateau, how you get up there? You see what I'm saying? How do you get up there? You know what I'm saying? But they get up there. There's ways of getting up there. Sometimes, I see where they built a damn, a damn, like a staircase around it. The Dogon tribe too. That's right. Them, the Dogon too. They'll build like a mountain around there. A stairwell around there. You see that? You can walk up. Some, man. You right. Maybe they just fly. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. But for real, this is now let's look at something. Let's look at something. All right, listen, this is, but this is interesting because, this is where they get this is where they get that predator versus alien. Yeah. This is where they get, the concept of that. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it go right here. Here it go right here. But but you know what? The thing is, it fit. The thing, but this is showing you where the ancestors, get the concept of the pyramid. You see? And so, yeah, the measurements is right. The measurements is right, but it's actually it's a mountain. Okay, that's what it is. And but that just show you that. And I told you this time and time again that we're looking at nature. Wait a minute, I didn't jump way off of that. That's gonna go into the Grand Canyon, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that on the Grand Canyon. But let me get that out of there. I just wanted to take that out of there. We're going somewhere with it tonight, family. So I'm gonna touch back on some things. But yeah, yeah, here you go. Yeah, so you see the measurements is right and exact, but this is where that's why they call them the house they mountains, the house of Ra. You know what I'm saying? Volcanoes to be more exact. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of those mountains in Upper Africa are actually volcanoes. You see what I'm saying? So they call them houses of Ra. You see what I'm saying? The mountain of Ra. And so but it show you where they get it from. Now you can see the difference. You can see the pyramid. You can see that's masonry. It's been mathematically, geometrically measured and carved, and you can see it's smooth. And no matter what you do, it ain't gonna never come to this. You see what I'm saying? That's rugged. That ain't masonry. You know what I'm saying? But it show you that nature, and this is what man did. This is showing you that they came from inner Africa. You see what I'm saying? That they came from in the interior Africa around those mountains. That's where they came from. You feel me? And they brought the science of their holy land with them. And this is hundreds of thousands of years of development. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, this is but it is a replica of nature. And so I don't believe that there are pyramids on, and I don't even believe that African people, because why would you get all the way down to why would you get all the way down to Antarctica? You would see pyramids all long before you get to Antarctica. You will see them in the interior. But where there's mountains at, you don't need to build pyramids. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. You wouldn't see them there, that they would build inside of the mountains, and that's what they did. They would carve inside of the mountains. They would construct their temples inside of the mountains. And so when they got down to Egypt and there was no mountains, then, you know, they created mountains. And this is what you see in the pyramids. And so I don't believe in no spacemen or nothing, or this, that, and the third. I do believe it's some crazy shit that's going on down there in Antarctica, because they could get out of the vision of the rest of the population and go down there and do a lot of crazy shit. Now, they is talking about that there's an entrance into inner Earth in Antarctica, and I'm going to talk about that. I don't know if I'm going to talk about it tonight, but we most definitely going to talk about it tomorrow. So I want y'all to stay with me. We still got some more videos we going to drop. I want y'all to stay with me, because you know I got that fire. Don't you go nowhere. I want y'all to hit me up. I want y'all to hit up some of them links, support the general. If you went over to KingSeti.com, I've been working on it for a few days. If you did not see it, it's there, it's up, it's all powerful. Get over there and get you something, get you a discount. I'll be right black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.